What's going on, everybody? My name is Monster, or Austin as I am better known, and welcome back to Coach Profiles. It has been a long time since I've done this series, probably 2 or 3 months. And we're back with NCL Season 3, which starts in a little over 2 weeks. In this season, we expanded from 12 coaches to 16 coaches and joined. The person who is joining me today is actually one of those new coaches. Ace, what's going on, man?
Not much.
Heck yeah, dude. All right, so we're just gonna just get right into it. All right.
All right.
So some of these questions people probably have already seen. I'm asking you these questions because you're a newcomer. Returning
Mm-hmm. Of
coaches are not going to be asked the same questions because that wouldn't make any sense. So
course not.
first question is, how did you get into draft league?
I got into Draft League in Chase, aka Crimson Sea Bats Discord. Um, a little draft league called the CCBL started up there, and I had been interested in competitive Pokemon for quite a while, and I decided to join. And I drafted with the team name the Shadow Sneakers, and I hated the name. So once I moved on to looking for other draft leagues, I went through many rounds of names before I came to what my current name for PTL is, the Thundering Herdier. And then I decided that I deserved another rebrand because I am very indecisive, and settled on the West Virginia Voltorb, which I'm going to be using both here and in PTL Season 2 once it rolls around.
And yes, in a true display of professionalism, I was supposed to say that in my intro, and I did not. That is the logo for the West Virginia Voltorbs right there. Okay. So you
Made
basically
in
got
20
into
minutes by me.
so you basically got into draft league through content creators like basically everyone else.
Yeah.
I feel you. I feel you. All right. Next question: how many leagues have you been in, and what were your results?
Um, I've been in 3 leagues. This will be my fourth. I went 1-11 in my first league. I went 0-12 in my second league. I'm currently 0-6 in my third league, and I'm hoping to get at least one win in the NCL.
I feel you,
Just,
man.
just one, just
Yeah,
one.
I feel you, bro. You just gotta rack up the experience before you start picking up wins. You know.
Yep.
I feel you. I feel you. All right. Next question. What was your most successful Pokemon in these past leagues?
Oh, that's gotta go to. That's either between Minior or Alolan Marowak. I know Minior is seen as a meme and one-trick pony Pokemon, but if given the right circumstances, it can do some work.
Yeah,
And
those are some.
Alola Marowak is slowly starting to become a go-to for me in my league battles, especially against Steel and Psychic types for critical hits.
I feel you. Those are some pretty out of the box Pokemon. A lot of people will say, offensive mons like Coco or something like that, aka Kate. um, so yeah, definitely some out of the box picks there for sure. All right, next question. What is your all time favorite Pokemon to draft?
Zoroark,
Yeah,
just because of the mind games that can be played with it.
I also had
If
Zoroark on my championship team, and I really enjoyed it. I actually really liked Zoroark, especially given the open Z move rules that we have in NCL. It's a good mod. It's really fun.
it's going to be interesting to see what happens with OpenZ rules.
Oh yeah, dude, you should ask Phil about Psychium Z Zoroark and how his Conkeldurr got absolutely blasted. Um, all right, next question. As a newcomer into NCL, how do you feel about the competition?
Well, just looking at the list, I see a few familiar faces. We have Bionic Soup, Jed. There's you. There's Ian, who I know from a few other places. Shade, who's well known as someone who I talk with frequently. I do see a few newcomers to the battling scene, Mountain Dew Piter and Celestial Alchemist, both of whom I'm great friends with, but I have a pretty decent chance of snagging at least 10th place.
At least 10th place. I respect that. Yeah, I think our lineup for coaches this season is going to be really interesting to watch. All right, so next question. What are you looking forward to the most this season of NCL?
I'm looking forward to getting to draft some interesting Pokemon because with the fourth place spot, I'm close to the rotation at the beginning. But since there's a bit of a wait to do another pick, it gives me some time to analyze what everyone's picking and then choose my next Mon from there.
Right. That's definitely a sound strategy. I feel you. Um, we are blazing through. Okay. Next question. I don't even know how many questions I have, to be completely honest. Um,
Eh.
all right. So a lot of new broken mons were allowed this season. For instance, I believe at least one of the Mega Latias was allowed. Mega Mawile is allowed. Hoopa Unbound is being allowed. Aegislash with no King Shield is being allowed, and stuff like that. Which of these do you think is the most broken, and why?
That's tough, but I'm gonna have to go with whichever Mega Lottie was allowed. I don't know exactly
I
which one
can't
either,
particularly remember if
but
it's both of them or
I've
one of them, but I know at
I've
least one of them is allowed.
I've battled against both of them before, and they were not battles I was even close to winning. But I still put up a decent fight against them. But they can still wreak havoc if they bring the right sets.
They are ridiculous. Latios is really good at utility, and Latios is really good at just breaking things. Um, Definitely understandable to lose a game to those things. All right, next question. How do you feel about the overall tiering this season?
I like it. I participated in the voting for the tiering, so I like to see some of the mons that I voted to get moved up a tier get moved up, and I still think Zoroark should have been tier one, but that's just me.
So we're at tier one. That is a question mark right there. Um, it's good, but it's not. Come on, Ace. It's not tier one. Um, all right. I don't know if there's another question. There is. Oh, these are actually okay. So I'm doing this new thing where I tailor questions specific to the person I'm interviewing, and this is one of my two questions that is tailored specifically to you.
Oh
Uh,
boy.
when did you start playing tuba, and why do you enjoy playing tuba over other brass instruments?
Oh, this is a great question. Okay. Oh, I gotta stop laughing. Okay, so basically, I got into tuba in sixth grade. At the end of the year, we had gone through three band instructors. So I didn't know how to feel about the new band instructor, but he seemed pretty cool. And it was like second to last week of school, we were not doing anything, and he was just like, "Hey, I want you to try this," because he switched me from the trumpet where I started to the baritone, and then he decided to have me try out the tuba towards the end of the year, and I did pretty good on it. So he decided that he was going to have me do tuba in seventh grade. In seventh grade, at least at the middle school I went to, was when they allowed us to play a quote unquote show where we really just stood in an arc and played music until halftime was over. But it was still fun. So I played tuba in seventh and eighth grade, and in concert season I switched to baritone, which I'm very good on both instruments, but I prefer the tuba for marching season and the baritone for concert season because it gets really hard to carry a tuba, especially when you're marching.
But you use the tuba during marching season?
Yep. Well, a sousaphone, I classify them both as the same instrument
They pretty
because
much are.
one just twists around your body, the other you hold.
Yeah.
But there are marching tubas that go over your shoulder and they look even worse than sousaphones.
Okay. So, yet another band question because I couldn't think of anything else. Do you enjoy marching band as a whole? Is it fun for you?
Well, considering I talk about it a lot, I do enjoy it. There are some aspects I don't enjoy, such as the heat, but no one enjoys the heat. I, after recently just moving and having to join a new band, basically 2 years in a row, I prefer the new band I'm in right now to my old band, but that's not to say my old band was bad. But I just I think this band is more focused on doing the best that they can in the amount of time that they're given before competitions start. And it's been a great summer so far of practicing, except for football games. Those are terrible sometimes.
Oh man, I remember when I was a prop runner in my band my senior year of high school, and it was a lot of fun. Like I mean, I don't. Our band was good, but they weren't like amazing if that makes sense. Like they spent a lot of time
Yeah,
socializing more than they did focusing on their music and stuff. But they were still really solid. Like they won a bunch of competitions and stuff. I don't know. I guess they're just good
yeah.
multitaskers. Um,
If you can strike the right balance of the band being able to socialize both in the band and outside and still be able to do good shows, that's a good band.
yeah, for sure. I I'm like 99% certain that yep, that is the last question. So congratulations, the interview is over. You've passed. You know, grade A.
Oh boy,
Um,
the past.
all right, so this is actually going to be the first interview that goes up tomorrow,
Lit.
aka October the 2nd. Um,
Spooky.
indeed. Uh, so yeah, thank you guys so much for watching the interview. This is the first episode of the brand new season of Coach Profiles. Hopefully the questions are a little bit better, even though like four of them were the same from last season. But there will be new questions for the returning coaches, I promise. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching the video, and have a nice day. Ace, take us away.
All right. See you guys in the next one.